It is 1 o'clock, the fourth and final hour on this beautiful Tuesday. A little bit warmer than it's been in quite some time. We're here at Social Taco in Homewood. Wonderful crowd here. We always appreciate the great listeners of Jock stopping by and seeing us. We're also on Tuesday. Just always look forward to our next segment. With Meat. Demetri Ravanos joins us here on the program. Demetri, how are you on this? I hope the weather is improving in your neck of the woods.
I was just telling Molly my children have not physically been back to school in a week and a half, and I need that to change immediately.
What? You don't want to just homeschool them? Come on, Meat. They would get a great education from you.
Yeah, I barely graduated high school and then barely graduated from the University of Alabama. I'm not sure I have much to teach them.
Hey, speaking of that.
Oh, no.
You just opened up, and Conrad knows where I'm going here.
I do.
So you and Conrad share something in common. You both have a degree from the University of Alabama. Conrad has said multiple times on this show that it was easy, it was a cakewalk, and that Alabama is not known for its academics. Did you find your coursework at the university, did you find your degree was easy to get? Do you agree with Conrad that Bama is pretty much a joke when it comes to academics?
I'm the wrong person to ask this question to, Pat, because my degree is in film, and I don't know where on earth that would not be sort of an academic joke.
Thank you, Demetri.
Is that where your degree's in?
Well,
film?
technically, so Demetri, because mine, when I was in college, they were like transitioning to a different name for the major. So mine was telecommunication and film. Was that yours, Demetri?
Yeah, so that's what mine technically is, but I also had, I did the focus in film, and so I tell people all the time, my film degree from the University of Alabama is as good as I would guess an agriculture degree from the University of Alaska is.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's really good.
I like that.
So did you find yourself that it was easy for you at Alabama? I mean, I know you just said that you barely graduated high school. That's why I'm just curious how you got into Alabama if you barely graduated high school.
Well, I mean, obviously, very different time in the 90s, right? My wife and I were talking about this not too long ago because our daughter is starting to look at colleges herself. I'm not positive I would have gotten into Alabama now, even as an in-state student. But at the time, standards were lower and things were cheaper. And so I got into the University of Alabama.
Okay. And your wife's a doctor, by the way, right?
That's right. My wife not only is a doctor, went to a very fancy, expensive university. And I tell her all the time, whenever we talk about the cost of our degrees, well, what's yours is mine now, so who really did better?
Yeah, my mom always kind of reminds me of, like, you had to go to college for this? I'm like, yes, I promise it was worth it, but it is
So I'm just curious
now. Funny.
Now, listen, I understand Meat because, his film degree at Alabama, he has to set up a camera in his bathroom when he's taking a bubble bath. Somebody's got to have some expertise, right?
Yeah, you got a white balance and all that.
So what do you do with your film degree?
What do I do with it?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Okay. All right.
See, I was at least doing movie reviews for our NBC affiliate up here for a while, but the pandemic came and that ended.
I guess they just told me the things I shouldn't say on the radio, and I get as close as I can to saying those things without actually saying them, and that's what I learned in college.
Okay.
That was my main takeaway.
So I'm going to ask you this Pat Ponders questions. Yeah, we do a segment every day. I come up with some questions, and I ask everyone. And I asked the group yesterday, Damian Mitchell from the morning show, he joins us when Landrum's out. Landrum's out this week. So he joined us. And one of the questions I said, okay, if you take the number of hours that you will consume on Sunday, the Super Bowl, will that eclipse the total amount of time that you will watch the Olympics over the 2-week period, which starts over in Italy this weekend? And Conrad said easily, whatever the number is on Sunday watching the Super Bowl, he will not watch because he's not going to root for the Americans.
No, I said I'd watch like 10 minutes of the Olympics.
So he's not going to watch much. So I'll ask you that question. Will you watch more Super Bowl coverage on Sunday than the 2 weeks of the Olympics in Italy?
Man, that's a good question. I think when I was a younger man, the answer would have been absolutely. I would have watched more of the Super Bowl coverage. But now, I have and this is true with like college football. This is true with anything. Just give me the games, and I'm good. I was talking to people up here today. We were talking about this from a media perspective, and they were saying that the love of the hype week before the Super Bowl is gone because at this point the whole Drake May story, the whole Sam Darnold story. And my pushback was like, Drake May was a rich kid that grew up with a private quarterback coach. What story is there? Like, just show me when he's on the field, and I'm into it, right? But that being said, like the Winter Olympics aren't the Summer Olympics, so I can't see myself consuming nearly as much as I did a couple of years ago.
Well, I'm happy to report that me and Molly said that we'll be tuned in like nonstop. If America is participating in an event, we're watching it and we're pulling for the Americans. Unlike Conrad.
I pull for who they compete against.
There is something about short track speed skating, man. It's compelling stuff.
What do you think about the luge, Demetri? Is that something you would ever want to do? I've said for a long time, I think me and Landrum would be a great tandem luge team.
Yeah, two-man luge.
Yeah.
Two-man luge.
Now, which would you I always forget, which position would you have been in?
I'll be the one, because isn't there one where, like, their head is facing forward, right? Like, they're kind of, like, at the front of the
No, I think it's the
craft,
other way.
Whatever.
I think it's always feet first.
Yeah, luge is always feet first, and then skeleton is when you are facing forward.
Yeah, I don't think they have two-man skeleton.
Oh, well, we can try it. I'll roll the dice on that one. But I was going to ask you, Demetri, are you more, because people have preferences, summer or winter? What Olympics do you prefer?
I think he's all summer. I think he's summer.
Yeah, listen, as long as there is beach volleyball on TV, I feel it is my duty to support those women and make sure they are playing to proper form.
Well, I'm glad to know that you also support my petition to bring Shakira and J-Lo back for the halftime show this year.
Yeah, sure, whatever, man.
Before we close the book on the Olympics, this did come out today, and I think this is pretty amazing. You can say with what you want to about her dating Tiger Woods, but being 41 years old and Lindsey Vonn blowing her ACL out 4 days ago, and she skied today, and she's going to try to ski competitively for our country coming up this weekend. That's pretty phenomenal.
It is. I think we have two great human interest stories this year at the Olympics, and one of them is Lindsey Vonn for that very thing. I mean, even without the ACL injury, this was going to be the last go-round of one of our most decorated skiers. The other is, like, isn't this the first time in, 20 years the Jamaican bobsled team is back?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who's not going to watch them?
Now, that sounds like something I would watch. Yeah, that's a...
Conrad and Molly probably far too young to appreciate Cool Runnings, but what a fine film!
It was a very good film.
I was about to say, I guess I'll have to check that one out. All right, but so moving away from the Olympics here for a minute, I did want to get your thoughts on. I mean, again, it's another day, another legal matter, lawsuit in the world of college football. Any surprise that Tennessee, who was unable to get a new quarterback out of the transfer portal, they are now circling back and going, you know what? We didn't love you that much, Joey, but you're better than anything else we've got, so maybe we should file this lawsuit. Any doubt in your mind, Meat, that Joey Aguilar will be suited up for Tennessee this fall?
I mean, I feel like we've already jumped to that conclusion with Trinidad Chambliss before that is officially decided, so why not? I mean, is this until the NCAA grows a pair and makes some sort of declaration, is this just going to be the move for every team that didn't get a new quarterback out of the portal and every dude that probably is a third day or undrafted free agent type of prospect? Like it would have to be, right?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, at this point, why not, right? File the lawsuit. Worst thing they can say is no, and you're in the same situation you were to begin with, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I hate this. Like, I don't want to see, 27, 28-year-old dudes still calling themselves sophomores playing college football. Like, at some point, have some shame and feel like a loser and move on with your life. But, if we are letting a dude who played 10 games in the NBA come back, or at least attempt to come back, all guardrails are off. And if you're in Aguilar's position, why would you not give it a try?
Sure. I mean, I've got no issue with anybody. I don't care if you went and played in the NBA for 5 years and you got another year of eligibility to come back. Because I've said it from the day one, Meat. To me, college sports it is what it is now, which is we all knew that it's been a minor league for all the professional sports leagues anyway, so just treat it that way. Who cares? I mean, there's no amateurism. I mean, let them play till they're 30. I mean, if the market calls for Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt wants to keep paying him to be their quarterback, so be it. I mean, who cares? It's entertainment. That's what this is. It's not about education. It's about entertaining the audience and viewers to a game. That's all it is.
I mean, I'm with you to a degree, right? Like last week we talked about the fact that, like, I just don't care about college basketball at all. And to me, the reason is because it is an inferior version of the NBA. I would rather watch NBA games. To me, college football, like, yes, it's minor league NFL, but it's not NFL light. It is still its own culture. It has its own playbooks. It has its own way of determining a champion. I feel like, to me, the risk is, and this is the same thing when we start to talk about 2014 playoffs with multiple auto bids per conference, like, the more you move towards embracing full on that it is minor league NFL, the closer and closer you get to it becoming NFL light. And I think that's going to bring about a whole generation of people that feel about it the way I feel about college basketball. And I to me, that would suck. Like, that would just be terrible. I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, morally, financially, all these this thing has been big business for a long, long time. The idea that free tuition and room and board was ever enough for what they were contributing in terms of being an economic driver for the university, that was always BS, right? Like, so I cannot, like, in good conscience argue against you on that, Pat. It's going to have consequences that are really going to hurt the sport long term.
Did you already get your Amari Bailey jersey autographed?
I do not know who that is.
Oh, that was the guy. Oh, he the NBA player that's trying to come back to college. He played for the Charlotte Hornets. I figured you were a big Amari Bailey fan. I apologize.
Oh. So when I said that, as soon as I said played 10 games in the NBA, there was something in my brain went, oh, God, I hope you're right.
Yes, you were spot on. I just didn't know if you went down the road and when you were watching Brandon Miller do his thing with the Hornets, you got an Amari Bailey jersey because it's a collector's item now.
So I am fascinating. I know you live outside or right there in the Raleigh metropolitan area. In regards to pro sports, I know the Hurricanes. Heck, they won a Stanley Cup a few years ago, right?
The first year I moved here.
Yeah. As far as the professional breakdown goes, there are more Hurricane fans, Panther fans, Hornets fans. What's the breakdown in your state?
So Hornets. So I could really only speak for Raleigh because Raleigh and Charlotte are two wildly different places. The Hornets do not register in Raleigh at all.
Right.
This is, in terms of basketball, like, this is college first and foremost every day of the week. Up here, honestly, the Hurricanes, because we live in, like, the hot divide of the ACC, right? Like, State is in Raleigh, and then Duke is 10 minutes away, and Carolina's 25 minutes away. The college rivalry is so intense that the Hurricanes are the one thing that everybody agrees on. When I got here, I was covering that team that first year that I was here, and I thought I was a hockey fan. And then the next year I realized, no, I'm just a fan of winning the Stanley Cup. This is kind of boring. But to my kids, to my teenagers, the Hurricanes are their team. I think we have finally hit the point where hockey is not a curiosity in this market. This is an educated fan base that loves the sport. So, yeah, I mean, it's not only that the Hurricanes are here in Raleigh. There is also, like, you would be surprised, Pat, by how much of a stronghold the Washington Commanders still have here, because before the Panthers existed, this was part of Washington's local TV market.
Oh, wow. I did not know that or realize that.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So Raleigh still has a lot of Commanders fans, and then also we have a ton of people that moved here from Pittsburgh, from Chicago, from Western New York. So all three of those teams, the Bills, Bears, and Steelers, all show up strong here too. And it all pulls eyeballs away from the Panthers.
Wow.
Great stuff. Each and every week he joins us on Tuesday. It's kind of a no telling where we're going to go. There's no script with Demetri.
I'm a palate cleanse is what I am.
Well, listen, I hope you have a good rest of the week, and we'll catch up with you next Tuesday.
All right, sounds good, boys. Good talking to you.
Thanks. That's Demetri Ravanos joins us on the Higginbotham Hotline. When we come back on Three-Man Front, the wisdom of the College Football Playoff Committee. It has struck again, my friends. We will tell you what they have done now to make the game so much more enjoyable for every single one of us next on Three-Man Front. As we were going to break, I was telling you about the wisdom of the College Football Playoff Committee. Actually, it's the Management Committee. The CFP has announced quarterfinal and semifinal dates and sites for the next 2 years. I'm not going to bore you with the dates because it gets lost in translation because this is an audio medium. But I can tell you this, that there will be a 2-week break between the quarterfinals and the semifinals in each of the next 2 seasons.
Okay.
So let me repeat that. There will be a 2-week break between the quarters and the semis in each of the next 2 seasons, according to the College Football Playoff.
It's one of the worst things I've ever heard. Anyways,
so you want to have all the excitement of the regular season, conference championship games, Selection Sunday. And then all of a sudden, you've got first-round games on campus. Everybody's all fired up. And then all of a sudden, we're going to, let's go ahead and put the old brakes on.
So
just ruin all the momentum of the college football playoff.
So a team that gets a bye, they get essentially a month off. Then they'll play one game, get two more weeks off, and then they'll play one game in 6 weeks.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of that. Okay.
And, we noticed this when we were looking at the national championship date, that there was going to be a longer layoff.
Yeah, because it'll be like essentially a week later than it was this year.
Correct. And so now they're saying the 2026-27 season, this upcoming season, you'll have a situation where you will have the Fiesta Bowl, which will be on New Year's Eve night. And then you will have on New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve, the New Year's Eve. So it's
that is. Wait, what?
Yes.
So you have a Wednesday, December 30th game, nothing on New Year's Eve.
Nothing on New Year's Eve. And then on New Year's Day, you will have the Cotton Bowl, Peach Bowl, and Rose Bowl.
Why are we so bad at those small things, Pat? Well, like this should be the easiest stuff that the college football playoff people have to deal with. And they how do you mess this up this badly? Do they like college football, Pat? Do they care? I don't think they like the sport.
I'm just spitballing here. I don't have it in front of me. I could be wrong, but could this be they do not want to compete with a Thursday night NFL game?
Play it on Thursday at 3 in the afternoon on New Year's Eve.
I'm just spitballing.
No, I think you might be right. But was it not – was it not a Thursday game? Well –
when's the last Thursday night NFL game of the season?
That's a good question.
I'm looking that up.
That's a good question. Because by then the playoffs will have already started, right? So the last – okay, so this season it ended in Week 17. So the second to last week of the regular season was the last Thursday night game.
Okay, so that was December 20 – that was obviously –
that was December 18th.
Okay, December 18th.
So there would be no conflict there.
Yep.
That again, okay. It's weird enough. You have a Wednesday, then no game Thursday, and then
so that throws that out because there won't be an NFL game.
No, I know that. Yeah, and I mean that's weird enough that you have that day in between the games. On top of the fact you have one on Wednesday and then 3 on Friday and nothing on Thursday. Okay, but then you have a 2-week break. Who wants that?
Yeah, you have a 2-week break between the quarterfinals and the semifinals.
And if you play on that Wednesday, you're getting like a 2.5-week break.
And then you want to talk about consistency, then the very next year, you're going to play the quarterfinal on New Year's Eve at Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction that whatever teams are playing this year in the Cotton Bowl, Peach Bowl, and Rose Bowl, at least one of those coaches will come out and make a mess over how they're playing 2 days later. And the team that played on Wednesday now has 2 extra days of rest to get ready for the semifinal game than any of the other teams in contention.
John P. just tweeted at me moments ago on X, and I agree with John P. He says they are destroying college football by this crap.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, John.
It's idiotic.
It is just it's so stupid. And I don't know if they've hired some kind of big firm that gives them this wonderful – advice.
Well, congrats. They're stealing money from you.
They sure are because, this is absolutely just ridiculous. You have an incredible regular season. You have Selection Sunday with all the drama. Then you have the on-campus sites for the tournament. And then all of a sudden we're going to put just a screeching halt on the momentum. And once again, you're going to cede everything to the NFL and walk away and fan bases. Because I'll be honest with you, it's just like the NFL. This 2-week layoff between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl, it's always
And it's because of the Pro Bowl, right? I would imagine historically that's why they did that, even though the Pro Bowl is a joke and nobody cares about it
and
anymore.
I think it's next year.
The Pro Bowl is tonight, actually, by the way, for anybody that was wondering.
I think it's next year's calendar in the NFL. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Super Bowl will actually be on President's Day weekend. And because of that, we will actually finally get that 3-day weekend that we've been talking about forever, that the Super Bowl should be, if you're going to keep it on a Sunday night, then let the nation rest on Monday.
You know what that day is next year?
What?
It's on Valentine's Day.
President's Day? Or no, it would
The
be
Super Bowl 61 will be on Valentine's Day. It's on February the 14th.
okay, and then President's Day is February 15th.
Yes.
Okay.
Just giving all the men out there a year's heads up to let you know that
Wow.
next year the Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day. So
That is wow.
go to dinner on Saturday. Make them happy. You'll be fine.
Mm.
But yeah, I'll say it again. How do they keep getting the little things so wrong, Pat? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Not a good move, but we have come to accept that in the world of college football. We can't agree on how many teams need to be in the playoff, and so now they have spit out a calendar that will just absolutely make everyone in the college football world go, huh.
Well, and you've got,
Okay.
you have coaches coming out and advocating for the season needs to end sooner. We need to change the schedule, and now we get a 2-week break in the middle of the college football playoff, and then I assume you will have another 2-week break between that and the national championship game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Stupid.
And those teams that are still involved in the college football playoff at that point, the transfer portal will be open.
The transfer portal will be open for some teams until the beginning of February next year.
But you also will have a situation that those teams that was, still involved in the college football playoff, not really sure what your roster is going to look like and what you might need to go out and do and try to do some portal shopping. So, yeah, it's great because your team is still involved in the college football playoff.
But you're behind the 8 ball for the next season.
Correct.
Isn't that great, Pat, punishing the teams that
that's
rise
playing for a
above
championship.
and compete at the highest level? Only in college football, right?
Stupid. All right, we will continue on. 30 more minutes to go at the Social Taco here in Homewood. Just a great crowd again today. We appreciate everybody stopping by and seeing us. We'll be live at Crafts on 280 on Friday in conjunction with the Birmingham Stallions. More coming up on 3-Man Front here on Jocks. It is 1:31. Welcome back. We are live at Social Taco for 30 more minutes. Appreciate everybody joining the program today. You can always download the Three-Man Front podcast. Mike Griffith, Charlie Potter, Richard Hendricks, SEC Mike, Demetri Ravanos. A very, very busy Tuesday. We appreciate everybody tuning us in and being a part of the program each and every day.
Well, Big Whiskey's is the place for great food of all varieties. They also have a full menu with apps, salads, burgers, and steaks. They have a great bar that features unique cocktails, over 120 whiskeys, including whiskey on tap. Plus, this weekend, go check out all the college hoops action going on, because you can go in and you can catch the games in the bar on the big screen all weekend long. They also have different food and drink specials for each day of the week, happy hour, and the kitchen is open late. So go see them either in the Stadium Trace Village near the Hoover Met, or now they're actually off of 280 as well. So that's our friends at Big Whiskey's.
All right, let's do some Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. We are professional grade. Brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Goodbye and see them. We're off of I-459, exit 32. In Trustful, we are professional grade. All right, question number one. Oh, by the way, FSU Dave is joining us for today's Pat Ponders.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Dave.
Hey.
Before we get started, have you come up with any of these questions in the last 5 to 10 minutes?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
Is there a problem?
No. Me and Dave were just curious what path one of these questions might go down.
Oh, yeah, and I heard y'all calling me a blank instigator or something like that.
Well, the shoe fits.
Well, I mean, you guys you almost went to fisticuffs when Dave got here. You guys were arguing about LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Truth hurts. He just couldn't accept it.
Dave, you're saying that LeBron is not even a top 10 player all time, right?
Which is a crazy thing to say.
Oh, look at there. Hastings shows up.
Absolutely 100%
So good to see
true.
Hastings. Where's he been hiding?
He's been duck hunting on weekends. I know that
Has he?
much.
Okay. I know we banned him from up here. Is his banishment over with?
Apparently so. He broke right through the security. Don didn't even put up a fight. He just ran right through.
I mean, okay, I guess he's good to go. All right, are we ready for these questions?
Yes, me and our beef is.
I was hoping y'all would
On
get into
standby.
it again about the top 10 players.
Well, that's why we thought you were going to ask us a question along those lines.
No.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Question number one. All right, you have a party scheduled for the Super Bowl. You got a dozen friends coming over for the big game. What does your game day menu look like?
Ooh, all-inclusive. I would go – so the must-haves for me, obviously like chicken wings, buffalo chicken dip, sausage balls, chips and salsa, chips and dip, something like that to go along with it. And then, your cervezas of your choosing. That's my
Domestic?
ideal game day spread. For me,
Domestic?
yeah.
All right. How about you,
Something
Molly?
light.
Ooh, pigs in a blanket. I love pigs in a blanket.
a
And
good
then
one.
I would probably order a pizza or two, just in case if there's people that are pickier eaters, and just maybe
Good
once.
idea.
Yeah, and then I would have chips and dips, normal tortilla chips, and then like what Conrad said, buffalo chicken dip, because that's delicious. You have to have salsa, queso, and guac. Obviously, you got to have the variety, and then maybe not like a cookie cake, but those little brownie things that you can get.
Yeah, some for dessert.
Yeah, you got to have something sweet.
You
to
didn't even have
counter
dessert,
that.
Conrad. I'm not going to his Super
No,
Bowl.
I'm eating
Yeah.
buffalo chicken dip for dessert.
And then if someone wants to go all out, maybe get a Super Bowl cookie cake. Ooh, that'd be so fun. And
Are
then
you doing wine or are you doing beer? What are you doing?
whatever your heart desires.
Molly's doing box wine. Come
Maybe
on, Pat.
tequila shots too. I'm kidding.
Oh, dude, the
Jeepers.
$28 scorpion shots.
Yes, that's
Like
at
Howie.
my Super Bowl party.
I could see.
And
I
a
could see
box
that at
wine.
Molly's. Yeah.
In a box wine for me.
There you go.
Oh, just a box of wine for her.
For me.
Okay. All right, Dave, you're up.
Well, I would build on that, which pretty much a lot of what everybody said
Okay.
would be in mine too. But then I would also add some things like, for instance, something that I made the other night, a Reuben egg roll.
Interesting.
And the week before, I made Philly cheesesteak egg rolls and did them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
I made a garlic aioli for the cheesesteak. I made Thousand Island dressing for the Reuben, and I would do a few things like that on top of most of the other suggestions that they made. And of course,
I like that.
you have to make the guacamole yourself. You can't just go buy it.
Yeah.
Things like that, and make the salsa. You got to go to some effort.
It's a lot of homemade stuff.
Totally, and I would have beer, wine, and liquor.
Okay. All right.
I want to go to Dave's party.
Yeah, you don't even have dessert. What'd you have for dessert? I like Molly's party better. She's got
Molly's
dessert.
is better for dessert, but I don't eat dessert.
See, I don't either.
I don't have a sweet tooth.
Oh.
Yeah, I really don't eat
So
sweet
I just
stuff.
say bad luck.
All right, Molly. I'm at your place. Go ahead and mark me down.
Yay.
Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 2. There will be 9 NFL international games next season, including a return to Mexico City. There were 7 this past season, and the commissioner wants 16 a season moving forward. Is that too many games overseas, or are you guys okay with that many games outside the United States?
For me, well, first off, I'll say this. I like having that random wake up at 8 a.m. and get to watch an NFL game on a Saturday or Sunday morning. So I like that. You know, I honestly, I could give or take the international games, but from what the NFL is trying to do, very clearly they're telling us we are going to put teams overseas at some point. I understand why they're doing it. If it helps grow the brand, we get more teams, more games, whatever, I'm all for it. It doesn't bother me, but like I said, I like every now and then I'll go wake up early instead of watching a pregame show. I get to go ahead and watch a game, unless it's Tua and the Chiefs, and that one didn't go well for Tua. But other than that,
I like them. Like every couple of games, you know. I mean, not like an every week sort of thing, but I don't mind them.
Yeah, I like them also. I like seeing the different venues, like playing at Wembley and different things like that. But I also look at how it affects my Dolphins and how that's going to work out too.
You know, I just realized you and him both like the Dolphins and you both like the Yankees.
that's right.
But you hate LeBron James and he loves LeBron James.
Well,
We
you
could
know,
have differences somewhere, Pat.
you have to have different tastes and stuff like that. But I would actually like to, on a slightly different answer, go to a USA soccer game in Mexico City. Because the reasoning is they bus you in. You're not allowed to come in otherwise. You come up through the basement, and you're behind barbed wire so the fans can't get at you.
Wow.
That would be a cool atmosphere to be in.
I've seen the videos of that soccer match where you had people climbing through the ceiling to get into the stadium. Did you remember that?
I do remember
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Fandom, man.
Yeah, get ready. Commissioner wants 16 international games. Hey, you know what? Just put a division
Oh, eventually, you're
over
going
in
to
Europe.
You will have a division over there. And I understand from a logistics standpoint, this would probably be very difficult to do with all the times. But, you know, maybe you find a week where you do, like, 8 of the games on 1 week, right? Like, you just make it international week for the NFL, and you play them all at one time. You know, that might be difficult with TV times and stuff, but could be a cool idea.
Question number 3. NBC says as part of its Super Bowl pregame show, Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison, and Jack Collinsworth will broadcast from multiple locations on Alcatraz Island. What aspects of the island would you like to see them highlight during the Super Bowl pregame show?
Oh, I want to see the nitty-gritty stuff. Like, I want go in there, tell me, yeah, this guy murdered 17 people. That's who was in this cell right here. Like, I want to see the gritty side of Alcatraz. I mean, it's a prison. Like, it's not glamorous. So let me see that stuff if we're going that route.
Okay. Molly?
So you said this was during the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl pregame show.
Wow, I did not know
Live
that.
from Alcatraz.
I mean, yeah, I guess just some of the stories of the criminals that stayed there. I was not expecting that. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I want to see that during the Super Bowl, though.
I've actually been on the tour at Alcatraz. And
Always wanted to do that.
what's really, really cool is they take you and they show you the cell from which Frank, whatever his name was, that they escaped from. And made
Oh, the people that swam to shore,
Well,
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. And so they take you and show you things like that. And
Yeah.
then they show you, to Conrad's wish, the darker side of it. You know, where people have carved stuff into the walls.
Is
and
it
everything like that.
supposedly haunted as well?
Supposedly.
I
But
would.
it was a really, really cool tour, and if you're ever out there, it's really worth doing.
See, like, I'm a big true crime junkie. Like, I love Mindhunter and all like those kinds of shows and stuff. So that would be, for me, that's where my interest would come from. Yeah.
See, and I'm not into any of that, so.
See, I would like to see them try to reenact the escape passage.
Well, see, that's what I was, and now we got Michael Phelps out there swimming swimming to shore.
There are a lot of sharks out there in the bay, right?
Well, not really, but the current is brutal. and it's frigid waters.
I was about to say.
Absolutely.
Because
frigid.
wasn't that the belief that no one would ever be able to survive the swim?
I mean, in Los Angeles, you literally need to put on a wetsuit to go in the surf in the summer. That's how cold the Pacific is compared to the Atlantic.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
Question number 4. 26-year-old third baseman Manataka Murakami. He won a Triple Crown in Japan. This offseason, he signed a 2-year contract with the Chicago White Sox for $34 million. And it was interesting because when he came over to the States, he already signed his deal, and he was walking through the team's facilities, he noticed that they were missing something.
I saw this.
They were missing a bidet. He quickly recommended to the White Sox to add the toilet fixture, and the team is complying. Well, I mean, you spend $34 million on somebody and he wants a bidet, you better put a bidet in.
Absolutely.
So it got me thinking. If you were to go to work overseas, just like Murakami is in Chicago from his native Japan, what American luxury would you want your employer to add to your office overseas?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So
I do have to wonder, though, if you're one of the White Sox players and you just, like, happen to go to the bathroom, you don't know they installed that. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here?
So Murakami wants a bidet. What would you want, Conrad, if you were, let's say you were in Italy for the Olympics that you won't be watching?
Well, see, that's
what
what
would you want?
That's what I'm trying to
Communist.
See, the first thing that came to mind was air conditioning.
Okay.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Because a lot of places in Europe don't have that.
Yeah, I think that that would be a good one. See, that's why I was just trying to think of, like, my limited experience being in other countries, like things that they don't have that we have. I will say, just generally speaking, from being over in Europe, everything is a lot smaller. So I would want to make sure, like, there were multiple times, like in hotels and stuff, I couldn't stand up in the shower because it was made for people that were like 5'5". So I would want to make sure that everything was human being American sized. Because there's a lot of stuff over there that's like, oh, this is – if you're over 6 feet, which I'm like right there, it would be
Now,
it'd be
Dave,
tough.
you're a world traveler. You were on the tennis circuit for many years. Was there anything in particular that you would have liked to have had from the United States at times?
Ice. Ice is a big deal. In Australia, I would actually bring ketchup with me after my first time because it's more of like a tomato paste that they give you for hamburgers and chips, which are our fries. And then they also put beetroot on hamburgers. And I'd always get weird looks when I would say no beets, please, because I didn't want them on my hamburgers. But mine would probably tend more towards I agree with Molly on the air conditioning. It's just they don't need it a lot in a lot of places. First time I was in Australia, I went down to the front desk and brought the iron and said, the iron doesn't work. And she said, well, did you turn the outlet on? I'm like, what are you talking about? And because they're 220, you have to turn it on for safety reasons.
Oh.
So that was kind of a funny, welcome to Australia moment.
Another one I just thought of, and I'm not saying this isn't available in Europe, but it's harder to find in certain countries, peanut butter. I know Conrad can't have peanut butter, but I love peanut butter.
Ooh, another one, just like basic drinking water. Like clean drinking water, because I went on a mission trip to Ecuador, and there were about 15 of us that went out there. Half of us got brutally ill because you're not even not knowingly drinking it, but you get in the shower, gets it like stuff like that. It's rough.
You have to watch out for salads and places like that.
Correct.
You don't think about how much water is in your salad.
Yep,
also,
absolutely.
free bathrooms. Because, some places you have to tip the attendant.
Yes.
I mean, you have that in America, but it's not near as common.
All right, final question of the day, and that comes from BB. I understand BB and Mary both will be at our remote on Friday.
Nice.
So BB has submitted this for Pat Ponders. She writes, a cafe in Dubai offered a cup of coffee that costs about $980 per serving. It features a specific coffee bean from Panama that is exceptionally rare. Only about 400 servings were available through an auction. We know that some spirits are ridiculously priced. What's the most expensive drink that you have ever purchased, and was it worth it?
Who I can already tell you no. I'm trying to think of which one would have been the most
Is
expensive.
the scorpion shot that?
No, I paid more than that for a drink, unfortunately. I got one. So this is very specific. So we went, well, I guess this wasn't maybe as much as a scorpion shot, but we went, me and my friends one year for one of my buddy's birthdays, we went to Nashville, went out on Broadway, all that stuff, had a good time. So we get in the first bar. My buddy goes, it's one of those things where it's crowded, so it's like, all right, I'll buy drinks for all of us, then you buy drink, so it's just an easy rotation. All right, I go up there first. I go, all right, buddy, what do you want to drink? He says, you know what? Let's start off, let's do some Jaeger bombs. So I go up to the counter. I say, hey, I want 4 Jaeger bombs. With a tip, it was $120 for 4 shots.
Wow.
So that would be about $30 a shot. It was absolutely not worth it, but it was for my friend's birthday, so whatever. But after that, it was funny how after that everyone went, yeah, I think we're going to go with the domestic beers instead. I said, oh, interesting. So your tab cost the same for all 4 drinks that mine did for 1. But, yeah, that was –
You were the canary in the
I was the guinea pig, the
coal
good
mine.
friend to put my hand up. So, yeah, $30 for a Jaeger bomb, that's ridiculous.
How about you, Molly?
Oh, I'm trying to think. My senior year of college, a group of friends, we went to Vegas for fall break. And Vegas is already expensive, and we were at one of the beach clubs one day, and I'm not kidding. I think a double drink was like $60 or something like that.
What?
It was
$60. Wow.
or like a pina colada was like it was something outrageous like that.
Were they strong at least? Like, were they doing –
No, it wasn't worth it at all. It's just because it's Vegas, and like –
That's insane.
Yeah, no, don't recommend.
I know you've got a good story. You have to. With you being a world traveler.
We were in Paris,
There we go.
and we stopped into the George V, which is maybe the best hotel in all of Paris. It's a real 5-star, and we decided to have a glass of wine. So they have a little atrium right next to the bar, and we're sitting there, and she went off to use the restroom, and I got the wine list and just kind of looked down quickly. Then I saw something that I liked, or I knew of, and whatever, and I ordered it. Well, all of a sudden they start showing up with plates of cheeses and a charcuterie board and peanuts.
Oh, no.
And I'm going, retro.
Yep.
So I take the menu back.
Lost in translation?
No, I can read and speak French, but it was on the part where there's no prices next to it.
Oh.
So that was like, oh, my God. And it came out to about $750 U.S.
Oh, wow.
I told her to drink slowly and enjoy it, and let's get more of the charcuterie, because that's your dinner.
So a charcuterie board and 2 glasses of wine?
Well, it's 4 in a bottle.
Oh, it was a whole bottle.
It was a whole bottle of
okay,
wine.
Okay,
No.
That's a little better.
Well, the charcuterie board was free.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
But, yeah, that was a major oops.
Well, I guess it was something you already knew, so you liked it, right?
Oh, loved it.
It wasn't worth it, but
No, it wasn't
was something you
worth,
knew.
it wasn't
you
worth $750.
Holy mother. Yeah, that's a
Oh, my
lot.
goodness.
What about you, Pat? Any regrettable drink purchases?
No, none come off the top of my. It would probably have to be something with the guy sitting to your left over there. Probably out with them doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing.
No, he'll tell me in the break. It'll be great.
Yeah. All right, that's today's Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Goodbye and see them off of I-459, exit 32 in Trustful. Courtesy GMC, they are professional grade. More 3-Man Front. We're live at Social Taco on Jocks. As we close things out, another great attendance here at Social Taco. Appreciate everybody stopping by and seeing us. A reminder, we will be live Friday, Crafts on 280. Right there as you're coming out of Homewood on 280 to the left where it used to be a Wendy's right next to Hampton Inn. You can't miss us. We'll be there at Crafts on 280 in conjunction with the Birmingham Stallions. A.J. McCarron and a bunch of the Birmingham Stallions for 2026 will be in attendance, so come on by and see us. Before we get out of here, I saw this story, and, of course, since me and Molly will be watching the Olympics, we care about stuff like this where Conrad doesn't.
Nope.
And I'm not going to try to say this Spanish figure skater's name.
But, Pat, you're such an Olympics aficionado.
But it's Tomas Sabate.
Okay. Sounds good.
So we're only a few days away from the start of the competition in the Winter Olympics. And Sabate was informed Sabate is a Spanish figure skater, if I didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Was informed that because of copyright issues, he will not be able to perform his routines to the Minions music mix
What?
he has been using throughout the 2025-26 season.
I thought you were going to say Bad Bunny.
He also
That's
has
so
done
disappointing.
He has also done his routines in an outfit reminiscent of the movie characters, a yellow T-shirt and blue overalls. Universal Pictures, which owns the subsidiary Illumination, which in turn owns the Minions franchise, told Sabate he cannot use the music. In an Instagram post, the skater said he followed all the due procedures and submitted my music through the ISU Click and Clear system in August and competed the entire season with that music. But now Minions and Universal is saying you can't use it for the Olympics.
I just tell you this. If I turned on the Winter Olympics to kind of stick it to you all a little bit and I see somebody dancing to the Minions theme song, that would have been all the validation I needed, Pat.
All right, that's going to do it for us. For Molly, Conrad, Landrum off on assignment, I'm Pat. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Keep it tuned right here on Jocks. Thanks for tuning in. God is great, as my partner Landrum would say all the time. We'll see you tomorrow on the program.